Okay, let's talk through all these golf events that you have coming up.
Gabby, I'm glad you asked. Got my calendar right here. July 17th at Red Run, and July 31st, I have the American Golf Outing for the Cancer Society.
I also have the American Cancer Society golf outing on the 31st, and also I got yours on the 18th, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Oh, boys, these are a lot of events and golf outings.
Well, you want me to miss my own golf tournament?
Gabby, they're all great colors.
I mean, this is.
Hold on. I got this. Guys, I got this. Don't worry about it. Hold on a second.
He always.
Hey guys. Thanks for coming so fast. How are ya? Remember you guys from Randy Wise, right? Sir. The Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
Watch for the eye.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports. And some, well, not so much. Brought to you in part by Premier Security Solutions, Fairway Packing Company, and Swiss Insurance. Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
What's up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on an audio platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, leave a 5-star review. You know who we are. That is Speak Easy. We got Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the birthday man. Can't be a birthday boy. First of all, connotation, and you're a man. I am Spencer Hexter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. Happy birthday, JB.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
No problem. You want to tell the people what D-Mac wrote on your birthday card?
Oh, yeah. So he actually told me this earlier, too, but he wrote it on the birthday card as well, too, that I'm turning 35, so he wrote in there, black don't crack.
Black don't crack.
It's like that when Kevin Hart was interviewing, who was he interviewing?
He interviews a lot of people.
I forget, but he said his age. He was like, I'm 50-some years old. Kevin Hart was like, damn. I didn't mean it like that.
It was Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, yeah, that's who it was.
Don Cheadle?
50-something or 60-something. But we got a lot to talk about today. Obviously, a lot of news out of Detroit Lions OTAs and what's going on there. We got Chris breaking down a possible prospect for the Detroit Pistons at number 5. But first things first, breaking news.
Move.
I got the moves. You better move.
You got it.
All right, but before we came on the show, it just happened. Lions made a trade.
Oh, man.
They traded the Jacksonville Jaguars an undisclosed draft pick for Riley Patterson.
Yeah.
Power move.
So
I don't like it.
Maz's prayers are answered. There's going to be a kicking battle in training camp. Money Badger, Riley Patterson, and what's his name? Something Romo?
I don't give a fuck. This is stupid.
The dude from the XFL.
Yeah, the dude from the XFL.
If there's like any one move by Brad Holmes, like a pinpoint, and be like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? What the fuck was? Why did we do this? It's this one.
Yeah.
This guy was on his way out of the door as a free agent. Call him up. He used to be on your team. Is he salty about getting fucking like cut? Maybe. But you're giving up draft assets for like a guy that was like mid-tier?
Hopefully they gave up like a 9th round pick.
Like, what the fuck?
And they're just like, yeah, we'll give you a pick.
He's on his way out of the door.
Yeah.
You don't trade. I'm cool with drafting a kicker because there's upside. I have hope that he may be sweet.
Yes.
I know what this guy is.
I mean, he was good for the Lions when he was here.
He was bad for the Jags. You know I'm low-key a Jags fan. Last year, I just want to see what happened after the whole situation with Urban Meyer. Riley Patterson, routinely, not the best. Not that great. Just saying.
Let's call it what it is, gentlemen. This is a stain on Brad Holmes' legacy. He will never be able to watch this. This will haunt him for the rest of his life when Jacksonville inevitably drafts the next Tom Brady with that pick.
Nah, it's just, I don't really understand it either. Who does that? Maybe something's going on with the Money Badger. Maybe they don't trust him. Maybe, I don't know.
Corey Berry says it has to be conditional pick. That's the only way.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be. Would you give up a 7-round pick for a high pack? I mean, that's the other thing, too. Like, you just re-signed Money Badger. Yeah. That's why we're calling him Money Badger. Like, that's, if I'm not mistaken, is that not where the nickname was coined?
Lucky Belafonte says 2026 conditional 7th round pick. is the trade. So
Okay.
it's
Feeling better.
basically nothing.
Feeling a little better.
Yeah, it's basically nothing. I knew it's not like we thought it was going to be a 3rd round pick or anything crazy, but I mean, maybe this speaks to their confidence in Michael Badgley. Maybe they want to get a little competition going. Competition breeds success.
Yeah,
so.
or lack thereof. But like, I don't know.
More bad news out of Lions training camp today, though.
Oh man.
Jeff Risdon put it out there that David Montgomery, along with Malcolm Rodriguez, left OTAs with apparent injuries.
No, God, please, no.
Yeah,
no.
I'm not reading into it as anything crazy or some season end. No, they both walked off under their own power. He said that it was it didn't look like anything serious, but he's not a doctor. But this is what happens, man. You roll an ankle, you cramp up, something like that. It's nothing too crazy. So I'm not going to speak on it that much until we know what the extent of the injury is. I'm sure we'll see them both back out there tomorrow. So I'm not too worried about it.
Per Jeremy Reisman, who was on the scene. He said, I did not see what happened to either player, but both appeared to suffer lower body injuries. Both limped off the field under their own power, but neither returned. So,
yeah.
I mean, you like to hear that. They limped off the field.
Yeah, that's what Tim
I'm not-
Twentyman said. That's what Jeff Risdon said. All those guys were down there and watching it and seeing what happened. So, again, I'm sure it was just a little tweak, maybe an ankle roll, maybe a cramp up, nothing crazy. I'm sure they'll both be back, so I'm not too worried about it.
Big Lions show today, man. I really wish I had my voice for it.
Yeah, a lot of Lions today.
Because Jameson Williams also spoke to the media.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Campbell spoke to the media.
Dan Campbell spoke to me about a couple things. We got like 3 Dan Campbell videos in.
I know, and brand new attire too. Did you check out the swag?
Yeah, the swag
It
was
was Danception. It was Dan Campbell wearing a shirt
Of Brad Holmes.
Brett Holmes wearing a shirt
Of Dan Campbell.
of Dan Campbell,
Yeah.
who was also wearing a shirt in that shirt of a guy wearing a shirt of the shirt.
Hell yeah!
Did you ever have cocoa wheats growing up?
Did you eat a lot of paint chips as a kid?
Yeah.
No. What about cocoa wheats?
The box of cocoa wheats has a box of cocoa wheats on them. And that box of cocoa wheats has a box
That
of cocoa
shit
wheats on it.
used
And
to
I would always like
fuck with me.
fucking look like,
Yeah.
how far does it go?
Yeah, yeah. That used to always fuck
Cocoa
with me.
wheats were fire though. It was like,
I don't remember cocoa wheats.
it's just like, I mean, they're like some dollar store.
I like the bootleg Cocoa Crisps.
No, it's like hot cereal.
Hot cereal?
Yeah, like cream of wheat, malto meal, shit like that. Farina.
Am I the only one unfamiliar? Chris?
Farina?
JB?
No, I've never had it or heard of it. To be honest with you, I was not much of a
birthday
cereal
man?
kid though.
I have not had it at all, so I couldn't tell you.
Cocoa wheats were fire.
I mean, you're a pretty big boy.
Yeah.
I might have to put Bryson on some cocoa wheats.
Hey, bro. I mean,
Get an offensive guard out of him.
see what you're missing. You want to come to the Spenny Academy of Girth B? Pause.
What?
Spenny Academy of Getting Big. B's the first enrollment. But no, it's cocoa wheats for fire. And they had a box on the box. With a box on the box. They had a box on the box.
Boxception.
So there's a lot going on there.
But Dan Campbell, tight end position, spoke about
Dan
Sam
Campbell
LaPorta.
spoke about the tight end position, Sam LaPorta, what's going on there. We had Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn giving some just little teasers onto the season that we're going to open with. We had a lot. Jameson Williams spoke to the media for about
10 minutes.
10 minutes, answered all the questions.
Fielded every single question.
Yeah, good for him. Good for
Yeah.
him. We're going to get into that more. I'm just excited, man. It's like first little taste of the Lions.
Little keep up.
Got me. I just want more, man. I just want more. I just want to go back to that fucking den and order up an 8-ball and dive in.
Yeah.
Because I'm so excited for the Detroit Lions season this year.
Poor Chris was like, we had him do it. He's doing like a player spotlight. I think we're going to do this like weekly leading up to the NBA draft. But he's like, yes, you just want me to do mine first, get out the way? Like, nah, Chris, we got tons of lines about. Yeah, that's why I figured we just do it first, get out the way. Nah, Chris, we got lines to talk about.
We got lines to talk
You
about.
out the way, brother.
Yeah,
you out the way.
You going? So end of the show, we'll have a Chris breakdown. End of the show.
I'm sure a couple
We
before
might
that.
break a couple minutes off for him so he can get it in. Pause. But
What player did you pick, though?
You said to start with black. That was your specific words.
Yeah.
Start with black.
hell yeah.
So which one? Which black did you pick?
Grady Dick.
I wasn't bringing race into it. I was assuming you referred to Anthony Black.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. Because that's the one you want, right? Or the ones you wanted?
He's a player I'm very interested in. But we'll get to it. Let's talk to this Lions. I'm actually excited to see what's going on with this.
M. Karpov 08 says it's white people stuff. Signed white person. I think he's talking about
Cocoa Wheats.
I don't know. Cocoa Wheats are good. So we had Farina. You ever had Farina?
We're done with your random.
You've never had
breakfast
Farina?
foods. No, dude.
Or malto meal?
If you say one more random breakfast food, I'm gonna fucking throw my shoe at you.
Eggs Benedict? Eggs Benedict.
What do they eat in England? Eggs?
Fucking
eggs on toast or some shit?
Yeah, beans on toast.
Beans on toast.
Yeah.
Fucking disgusting.
What kind of freaks eat beans for breakfast?
That shit is gross.
And black pudding?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Have you seen what black pudding is?
No, what is
it's
black
like a
pudding?
disc of like pig blood and shit.
And who is this?
Are you serious?
English people, yeah, dude.
Oh.
Like
That's why
British
they lose
cuisine
their
is the
wars.
nasty. Let's have some boiled chicken and beans on toast.
They deserve
Noosh,
to lose
but
the wars.
They deserve to lose the wars.
Probably
For
why they
sure.
lost. You gotta fucking come on. Breakfast, most important meal.
You gotta think they're eating beans
You're
on
putting
toast.
fucking beans on toast.
Fucking
No wonder you're
America,
getting your ass
we're
kicked.
eating Pop-Tarts. We're gonna whoop your ass.
No, we got biscuits and gravy, son.
Dude, Darius tried to tell me he
Chicken
didn't
and
like biscuits and
waffles.
gravy yesterday.
Wait, what?
I'm done to jump on if you want.
Dog, it was pissing me off.
That is
Biscuits
that
and
is kind of annoying.
biscuits and gravy is a top 3 breakfast.
I watched a video. Fun fact. I don't know how I ended up down this rabbit hole, but there's a YouTube channel of English people eating American like breakfasts like the first time, and they're just enamored with the biscuits and gravy. By the way, they also call biscuits a crumpet or something like that.
Yeah, crumpets.
Yeah, crumpets.
Let me get a crumpet. Yeah, get the fuck out of here
Yeah,
with
they're
your
like, who
crumpet.
eats gravy in the morning? Like,
Dude,
that's a
my
long
nana
time.
made some RIP. She made some fucking dank ass biscuits and gravy, man. Straight from the Alabama cookbook, man. Love that shit. But like you said, man, we got a lot of lines to talk about. We've been talking about the Pistons quite a bit past couple weeks.
We're gonna talk about them today too.
We're gonna talk about them today a little bit, but it's gonna be majority Lions. So hope you guys are ready for that. Hope you're geared up and excited. Cause I know I am, man. It's like, yeah, we could talk about the Pistons, but they're still gonna be bad next year. We hope the Red Wings might make the playoffs, but we don't know. The Tigers, they're in the worst division in MLB by far, and they're still not in first place. So, And then we got the Lions, who actually have legitimate hype, legitimate expectations. I saw this picture of the Ninja Turtles like walking with Master Splinter.
Yeah.
And it was like all the Ninja Turtles as full adults and Master Splinter's old as fuck. And it was like all the Chris is mad. You
Chris
cut
is
his
sorry.
segment. He exposed you. It was like all the different Detroit sports teams as Ninja Turtles, like Pistons, Red Wings, Tigers, and then Michigan State and Michigan. And the Lions were the little old-ass decrepit Master Splinter. And then it flipped to the bottom, and it was all the baby Ninja Turtles with caked up, beefed up Master Splinter, and he's the Lion still. Because, like, every other sports team carried this town for basically our whole lives. And the Lions were always the joke. And now the Lions are the team that's carrying the hype of Detroit sports.
I was literally thinking about that today.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I mean, here's the beautiful part about it is like this is a Detroit. I mean, it's a football city. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's a hockey town, yeah, but the parade for Detroit Lions win a fucking playoff game probably would be bigger.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't say that.
It
The
will
first
be.
Red Wings play was
Bro.
crazy.
Yeah. I've been to 2 parades in my life that I
Like
can remember.
championship parades?
That I can remember, yeah.
Did you include in the Rams one?
Oh, no. I've been to 2 Detroit championship parades.
Yeah.
The Rams championship parade was lit. Everybody's dapping me up because I had the Lions flag, like, tied around my neck.
That's dope.
I was walking up, I was like, you're welcome! You're welcome! Like, but...
Who's that guy talking about welcome?
Yeah, no, it was dope. But I've been to 2 Detroit championship parades in my life, and they were both fire.
Liddy.
Hopefully, we get to do that again very, very soon. But first, before we get into all this Lions talk, let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Because the high school summer pass is back at Planet Fitness, and high schoolers ages of 14 to 19 in the United States and Canada can work out for free all summer long, May 15th through August 31st, and you can enroll for your chance to win a piece of $200,000. that Planet Fitness is giving away to high school students and schools. All you have to do is film a TikTok video, tag Planet Fitness, use a couple hashtags, and you'll be enrolled in there. You can find out more at planetfitness.com. But if you're not a high school student, you can still go work out at Planet Fitness starting at $10.99 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card for $24.99 and get all of the amenities. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Are you worried about that affecting the team and how the coaching staff are you guys?
Yeah, look, we're not into the hype. Like right now, everything's about the work, and it will be when we get to training camp. It goes back to what I said. We got a brand new team that we got to build from the ground up again. Yeah, we've got a foundation, but yet, man, we got to get the chemistry right. We got a lot of new faces. And all of that other stuff won't matter if we don't put the work back in. So that to me is the focus. I mean, we can't worry about what everybody else says. You know, just like last year, you know, we can't worry about when you lose 5 in a row that you're back in the dumpers again, because if you do that, then you won't win another game. And it's the same thing here. If we're going to really buy into that and not put the work in, no, we'll get our ass kicked. So that's not what we're going to do.
It's not what they're going to do. It's not what they want to do, and they're going to start off about business, especially with those Kansas City Chiefs week 1. It's a hard start to the season, but we'll see if they're up against it. That was Dan Campbell speaking about the hype around the Detroit Lions. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, live on woodwardsports.com. Like and share the stream. 5-star review on all audio platforms. Please, please. We appreciate you all for taking in the heavyweights and being one of us.
Hey, yo.
Nestling at our bosoms for Lions information.
What is going on?
Smash the like button. So what do you feel about Dan Campbell
Appreciate
speaking on
taking
that
us in.
What do you feel about the Lions
Giving us a home.
the hype they're building and what Dan Campbell is speaking about with that?
Man, I listen, I never was one to think this team was going to buy into the hype anyway, just because of how they started off the season last year. Like, the remaining guys there, one, had to experience the starting off the season shitty as fuck. So that they have that in the back of their heads. And then on top of that, you throw an extra scoop of not making the playoffs there. And then you have the newer guys coming in this year, and I'm talking about the veteran pieces you bring in. Talking about Cam Sutton from Pittsburgh Steelers organization. Talking about CJ from a Saints to the Eagles to now us. And then David Montgomery, who just, based off words he said, watching the stream between him and CJ, speaking of the devil, they're playing 2K or whatever. That's kind of funny. It's kind of dope to watch. But he's got the mindset of like a must-win mentality. You know what I'm saying? One of the things he spoke about is like stepping into this culture. It's one that he can step right into tune with right away, because like that's just how he operates. And it's nice to know like it's not us talking about the culture, right? It's guys that are there in the day-to-day that feel the culture, experiencing the culture, witnessing it happen between the hallways and onto the practice field and in the meeting rooms and stuff like that. So like it's dope, man. I never thought this was a team that would buy into the hype and let it like affect them negatively. This is a team that still has to prove stuff at the end of the day. And like, as much as we feel hype about them, I'm sure they know. I mean, listen to David Montgomery speak during the same live stream. He's like, man, that offense is crazy. Every single room's got something to offer. And then, you know, obviously defense, more to prove there. But listen, if there's a coach in this league that's not going to allow a team to buy into hype, it's Dan Campbell. I mean, that's his key attribute is to motivate, to lead. And I never really doubted them buying into hype and letting it affect them negatively in the first place. But just to hear him say those things just reaffirms it.
Yeah, it's the hype is real. Like, there is a reason for this. We saw how they finished the season last year. Their defense was clicking. They were playing on all cylinders. You take out that Carolina game, and they had one of the best defenses in the second half of the NFL, period. They were turning the ball over. forcing turnovers, at an unprecedented pace. They were taking care of the ball at an unprecedented pace in Lions history, and those are things that set you up for success in the NFL. I don't care how scary the Kansas City Chiefs are. I don't care how scary the Philadelphia Eagles are, the San Francisco 49ers are. If you can force turnovers and not turn the ball over, you have a very high probability of winning any game, no matter who you're going against. Because all teams in the NFL have elite players at certain aspects, and the Lions definitely do as well. So if they can continue that type of play that they had in the end of the season while adding these great players to their roster, revamping the whole secondary, bringing in a veteran presence in the backfield in David Montgomery, and getting some new weapons on the offense, the hype is real. The hype is there for a reason. It's not just us. It's national media. It's sports pundits everywhere saying, oh, they really need to go out there and give it all they can because they have a legitimate chance at doing something great. They have a legitimate chance at winning the NFC North. They have a legitimate chance at contending for the NFC. So it's awesome to hear. It's awesome to talk about. But I'm with Dan Campbell. It does all that hype, all that talk doesn't mean shit if you go out there and get punched in the mouth again. So we'll see if the hype is real week 1 in Arrowhead.
And that's the reason why hype for the Kansas City game too is like, that's what you have to look forward to. There's no time to buy into the hype. You have to be on your shit right off rip in week 1. And honestly, into week 2 as well. I'm not sleeping on the Seattle Seahawks, especially at the JSN acquisition. Like, when we said that the other day, I fucking blew my mind. I'm like, fuck, dude, I forgot. That's what they got. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't know, man. Seattle might be a problem. I might have to. I mean, I don't know if I guaranteed that as a win. And I put it as a win when we did the schedule like last week, whatever. But don't even guarantee that one, Chris.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Like, that is a very tough 2 games to open your season. And it's interesting, like, the stat of the 0-2. What is it? I think it's 90% of teams that go 0-2 don't make the playoffs.
It's something crazy like that, for sure.
91%, something like that. So, logically, you have to get one of those 2 games, but you can't sleep on either of those teams, obviously. So you're gonna find out really quickly how much this team is hype and how much is real and how much these players are bought in and just how well this coaching staff is, because they're gonna have to coach excellent game plans to pull out a victory in either of those games.
Yeah, that's a great point. Is like when you're, I don't know, I was gonna say up against it talent-wise against that team. It's what you're coaching to execute at that point. But is that really the situation with the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs game? Like, pound for pound, are the Lions bringing more to the table?
Like, offensive skill position-wise? Or
Yeah, I mean, outside Patrick Mahomes, like, it's kind of...
Travis Kelce?
Yeah, and then Travis
like
Kelce,
a top 5
Pat
player
Mahomes,
in the NFL?
Chris Jones. But after those 3 names... And this isn't like us being like casuals. Like, the Kansas City Chiefs are like... 7 national TV games a year, like, and on within the Super Bowl too, like
they still win the coaching matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Pacheco, maybe throw him in there.
And also, you got to factor in, like, those are only 3 or 4 names, and we can name everybody on the Lions, but those 3 to 4 names, particularly Mahomes and Kelce, are great. All-time great. Yeah. Even you might be talking the greatest tight end and the greatest quarterback in the same sense. So, like, that alone counts for 3 or 4 players. So although they have maybe less number of skilled players, they have like the same amount, if not more, skill on their team.
What?
No, nothing.
I was gonna say, JB Smooth. That hurt.
Are you okay?
No.
No, I'm glad that Dan Campbell is acknowledging the hype behind all this hype that's going on right now. But also, I hope that he is still staying humble and keeping the players humble as well too. Just because that's what Spencer said. What you did last season was last season. That doesn't count for anything right now. It's a whole new year, and you still have to go out there and prove yourself.
Yeah. Nobody cares about Cinderella stories. Nobody cares about the narrative of the Lions trying to win the first NFC North in franchise history. Like, they're going out there to take your throat every game, no matter who you are. That's NFL is every given Sunday for a reason, because teams go out there and they try to win, because it's win or go home in the NFL every week. One game, as the Lions painfully discovered last year, can make or break you getting to the playoffs. And even though we like to hype them up as they ended the season great, they were over 500, they haven't done anything yet. They haven't won a division. They haven't made the playoffs. They haven't won a playoff game. Mm-hmm. So the hype is there, but it's also a tempered hype because they still need to prove it. We like to think with the roster they have and the additions they made, they're ready to get there. They're primed to get there. I believe they will get there this year. I believe they'll win the division. I believe they'll win a playoff game. But we still need to see it. There's a difference in having it on paper and actually going out there and doing it.
Yeah, the thing with it, too, before we get going, is like I'd rather have a team hungry than confident, just because with the hunger, at least have the confidence knowing that you put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like you were grinding to be in that moment. Mm-hmm. Where confidence is like kind of just based off nothing. I mean, Chris got a ton of fucking confidence.
It can get shaken easily.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not my confidence, but some people's confidence.
Yeah. And with hunger, there's confidence behind that still, though, because with the hunger, you know you put in the fucking work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know you were hitting the sled. You know you put in the extra reps and conditioning because you don't want to be tired when the game goes down to it. Because with the Kansas City Chiefs team led by Patrick Mahomes, we see it with teams that are arguably better than the Detroit Lions at certain points. The Bills, look, they had this thing wrapped up in a bowl.
Yeah.
Bowl. A Super Bowl happened to the Eagles too. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes was like,
chill out now a little bit.
Right quick. Yeah. Happened again actually in the AFC Championship too, mm-hmm. on a bum leg. On a bum leg. You know? He's him.
He is him.
So stay hungry. Stay away from the hype. I don't think there's any reason to buy into the hype. As fans, sure. As a team, no. Stay away from that shit.
Yeah.
No.
No, I think they know that. And I think with the injection of veteran leadership that they made over this offseason with guys like Cam Sutton, CJ Gardner-Johnson, David Montgomery, they'll tell them, like, yeah, you guys might be hype, you guys might be ready for it, but ain't shit yet. Y'all haven't won anything yet. It's not there. Like, you need to go out there and prove it. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was in the Super Bowl last year. He knows what it takes to get there. He knows what it means to go out there and be the best team in the NFC. So some people talk about it and some people be about it. And I think the Lions, with not only the leadership and their coaching staff, but the veteran leadership that they added to this team, won't buy into the hype as much, and we'll still see that hunger and that drive. It's about drive. It's about power. Stay hungry. We devour.
Yeah, I was thinking of the words. Shout out to The Rock, fellow light skin. All right, I gotta tell you guys about Swiss Insurance. All right, because if you're a little too confident, you might be prone to doing stupid things. And when you do stupid things, you win stupid prizes like injuries. And to cover that, you need some insurance. Hit up my guy Mark over at Swiss Insurance. Make sure you are covered, whether it's business or personal. Mark's got you covered. It's Mark at SwissINS.com. Again, that's Mark at SwissINS.com. The Woodward Heavyweights will be right back. More Detroit Lions news out of OTAs.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on the audio platforms, leave a 5-star review. We just got done talking about a little bit about the hype and what Dan Campbell had to say about the hype of Detroit Lions and what they built over the offseason. A lot of that hype is centered around their new draft class, some new weapons they have available to them, and what they're going to do next year. And it just so happens that Dan Campbell had a little bit to say about the Lions' new rookie tight end, Sam LaPorta.
Dan, it seems like rookie tight ends historically don't make a big impact in their first year. Someone who's played the position, why do you think that is? And expectations for your rookie. A lot about him to take him kind of high.
Yeah, well, I think to me one of there's a number of things physically. Because it's so demanding, right? You have to be able to run block, pass block. You got to get open in the pass game, and I think that's one element. But also is the mental side of it. I mean, I always make this argument. Besides the quarterback, the tight ends have to know more than anybody else offensively. You got to know it all, and so I think that's why you don't always see that. Well, it's one of the reasons why we drafted LaPorta, because we think he can handle a lot. We think he's got versatility. Physically, he can do a little bit of everything, but also mentally, he's pretty sharp for a rookie. Now, he's got growing pains. I mean, he's already gone the wrong way a couple of times. That's going to happen. But we think this guy is, that he'll be able to pick this up pretty quick as he gets reps. So that's why we're pretty hopeful this kid can come on sooner than later.
And there it is, spoken from a former NFL tight end himself.
Yeah.
That he sees Sam LaPorta as being a guy who will get adapted early. Seeing him picking up a complex offense, especially when it comes to what tight ends have to do, that Ben Johnson puts out there with all the different run blocking schemes, pass protection schemes, whatever they're planning to do. He sees Sam LaPorta picking up that offense pretty early and being a factor in this offense early. Does that change your mind about how much he's going to mean to this team, or putting up better numbers than T.J. Hawkinson's rookie year?
Not in year one, no. I still think it's especially this offense. Like when I listen to that, I don't think like he means right away. You know what I'm saying? I think he's sooner than later. I mean, he has confidence he's gonna pick up the offense. I don't know if that necessarily means like right away in his rookie year. It doesn't mean that Sam LaPorta's not gonna contribute to this offense at all. Like you saw James Mitchell with a touchdown catch, and another big first down catch too. Like he's gonna have his moments. He's got the plays drawn for him because he has the skill set to offer. I mean, we saw the numbers compared to a guy that's compared as possibly the number one tight end in this year's draft class, and Michael Mayer. Ultimately, obviously, it's Dalton Kincaid, but by the numbers, on the measurements, Sam LaPorta beat him by everything. Everything outside of, I think it was arm's length maybe, or something like that, or maybe weight. Outside that, Sam LaPorta was him. So there's definitely be plays targeted and specified for Sam LaPorta to excel in. And I think it's dope to have that question asked to Dan Campbell, because that's something I made note of too. You don't see rookie tight ends contribute to the game right away. And it's also dope to have the answer of like, why is that? Well, yeah, it's because you're not just blocking. You're not just catching the football. You know how to know the blocking schemes. You know how to know the blocking schemes and passing plays. You got to know them to run plays too. You know what I'm saying? That there's a lot more to pick up, especially in an offense like this. But he's still going to have his moments to shine. I just don't think it's going to be as... I'm only doing it because I don't want him to have like some Lions fans,
crazy expectations.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to put that on him because we shouldn't have those expectations of a tight end in a rookie year. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. James M makes a good point in the Woodward Sports chat. He says LaPorta is going to take touches away from Sewell. I don't like that. We saw Penei Sewell is a receiving threat out there, so that is a good point. But I do think I have high expectations for Sam LaPorta, and I'm not worried about it. I'm not running from it. I'm not scared of it. I think Sam LaPorta is going to go out there and he's going to play a good role in this offense. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and set records or anything like that for a rookie tight end, but I think he'll have a good role. He's built for this offense on how he can catch the ball and move after the catch. I think he is going to, day one, be the best tight end on this roster and thus get the most snaps. So I'm excited to see what he can do, and with Dan Campbell saying he's picking up the offense already is something I'm very happy with.
I can't believe they traded for a fucking kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, specifically the conditional pick, it feels a lot better. But yeah, it's a Sam LaPorta situation. I don't know, GB. You're hype on Sam LaPorta this year. What'd you make of Dan Campbell's comments?
No, I mean, his comments are fair. You got to take into mind that he is a rookie tight end, but above that, just a rookie in general. And that goes for all the rookies out there right now. No rookie is just immediately going to step on the field and know exactly what to do, where to be at every single play and every single moment. So there's going to be growing pains. But as Spencer said, there's going to be plays and things set up for him that Ben Johnson has made for him to excel in certain games, which is fine. But it just takes time for him to eventually get the hang of the NFL, the flow of the game, and everything. It just takes time. That's all.
And I almost want it that way too with Sam LaPorta. Like, I'd rather have a guy that's really good at one thing versus just being okay at a bunch of different things. You know what I'm saying? And especially in this offense specifically, when there's so many weapons that Jared Goff, you want him to be able to utilize. And to be honest with you, I think that's when Jared Goff is his best too, is like, well, I don't know, because Amon-Ra kind of is his go-to, but when you have that, it's a lot harder for teams to game plan for you. And I'll never forget the day Dan Campbell was hired, and they kind of asked him, like, what's the mold going to look like of this team and the offense more specifically moving forward? And he kind of just said the exact same thing. It's like, you know, I want us to change week to week. I want us to change week to week based upon what opponent we're facing, and we want to attack their weaknesses and use our strengths to do so. And I think of, like, the dynasty in the NFL that comes to my mind. Obviously, you see the birth of the KC coming on now. But before then, it was the New England Patriots. With the New England Patriots, there were games where Tom Brady would only throw the ball 12 times.
Yeah.
And that's why I think there's a Sam Flannels, and I'm kind of somewhere in the gray area too with that one. It was like Tom Brady, like part of a great regime and system, like all together. Obviously with Tampa did his thing too, super fucking stacked team. But Tom's also really great. You know, there's no discounting that. Yeah. But like when you have that type of offense specifically, like you are the fucking one that dictates the game. You decide how this thing's going down. Are we gonna have a shootout today? Are we taking the air out of the ball today? Are we going to make things like real nasty and physical? Like, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got it all. Like, what do you need? You know what I'm saying? It's like, with the offense being molded around that, I'd rather have Sam LaPorta in his rookie year focus on his strengths, you know, and his strengths within this offense versus him being forced to, like, just do everything.
Yeah.
And I think they have the tight end room where you have that ability, you know, because, again, Wright, Zylstra, Mitchell all had their moments last year. Mitchell less than the other two, but still, I think you imagine a jump out of him too.
I like that, but also, like, I think the strengths of Sam LaPorta in this offense are going to be being a weapon, catching the ball and making plays after the catch. Like, those are his strengths. That's what he does best. He makes plays after the catch. He's not brought in here to be strictly hand in the dirt, you know, seventh blocker on the line going after people. Like, he is going to go out there and he is going to be a weapon in the passing game. So maybe he's not getting Travis Kelce type volume or anything. That's not what I'm asking for, but I expect him to make a difference. I expect to see some game-changing plays from him his rookie year. Like, we saw what Ben Johnson did with TJ Hawkinson in the beginning of the year when he had a playmaking tight end. TJ Hawkinson was putting up numbers before he got traded. He had a Pro Bowl season, half of which was spent in Detroit. So now that Ben Johnson has his hands on another playmaking tight end, a guy that can be a mismatch, if you put a linebacker on him, if you put a corner on him, he's going to abuse that. So I expect to see him get a fair share of targets in this system and put up some numbers.
Again, I think we need to cool the expectations a bit. Like, rookie quarterback, rookie tight end, complex offense. I'm not saying that he won't be productive in moments, but you gotta expect it to come in moments. You can't expect a fair share of targets or anything like that until he proves himself. Like, yeah, there's hot reports coming out of rookie minicamp. It's a rookie minicamp. It's a rookie going against other rookies and 7-on-7 ball. You know what I'm saying? There's not like physical. There's not even an offensive line in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, for him, that's all.
Is that a crazy reach for him though to be a guy that they had as a first-round grade say he's going to be better than Brock Wright and James Mitchell? And Shane Zylstra, like, those aren't, no disrespect to those guys, they're not barn burners. Those aren't Pro Bowlers.
Well, no, I think pound for pound, he's got a higher, again, out of the draft class, he's got the highest, like, measurements of everyone. But I'm talking about from a production standpoint, I think you should expect it more to come as a piece of the puzzle, not a chunk of it, if that makes sense. Like, within the tight end room, they're each going to have their own role, you know, within the offense. And
I think his role is going to be make plays. Like, that's what he's best at.
I think we're going to see him shine the most, and this is just off the top of my head. I never, like, sat down and thought about this and had this go through my head, but I'm thinking maybe, like, on, like, third down situations where you got the receivers going out a little bit longer, and he's underneath because, like you said, he's great after the catch. You got the play, I don't know if it was against Kentucky or whatever, but against whatever blue team it was, he just fucking jumping around, spinning around, doing whatever he needed to do. Like, I could definitely see him shine in those moments, or just situations that we saw drawn up for James Mitchell last year too. Or even, was it Wright or Zylstra at the game winning against the Jets?
Zylstra. Right, that was right.
Yeah, like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the tight ends set an all-time record in franchise history of 12 touchdowns. Like he's going to be used that same exact way, sparingly, or when available.
See, I don't know, man. I think they did that, used them sparingly because they didn't have that guy in that room. They didn't have a stud in that room. Like, again, no offense to James Mitchell, Brock Wright, and Shane Zylstra, but they didn't have that one guy that's like, okay, yeah, this is our weapon. They drafted him to be their weapon in that room. They drafted him to be that guy in their room.
I'm just saying, don't expect it year one.
I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not expecting a Pro Bowl season or anything like that, but we looked at TJ Hawkinson's numbers, and is it crazy?
They were abnormal. His numbers were abnormal.
Is it crazy to expect over 500 receiving yards out of this guy?
It's a high expectation, yes.
I don't think it's that high.
Pretty high. I mean, like, just look at the tight ends in general. Like, you know, the receiving yards at the end of the year. I mean, I don't know if you want to pull it up or you or
I'm
JB.
about to look up Eric Abrams' rookie numbers.
Yeah, or even just the tight end numbers of last year. Outside of Travis Kelce, I guarantee you, even the top names, probably around like 700-800 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me to know, but I'm going to pass on to Chris so I can look them up my damn self.
I think what you're going to see with Sam LaPorta and Gibbs too is a lot what you've seen on the defensive side of the ball last year with Hutchinson and Kirby Joseph, guys that really picked it up in that 10-week stretch right at the end of the season. Well, and that's just what I see with rookies in terms of reading the game, understanding the game, learning the game. I think Sam LaPorta will have a much bigger second half of the season than first half, and same with Gibbs. These guys are going to take time to, like you said, find their role and then eventually showcase more, because I do believe Sam LaPorta is going to be a talented player, but it's going to take time. And I think just looking at last year's Lions is a perfect example of what happens with rookies. Is they start with some rough spots, and then as the season goes on, that was a good week, and next thing you know, they're making plays and they're key contributors on this team. So I think Sam LaPorta could be can look much better in just the span of a year, rather than waiting all the way till next season.
If I could articulate it, I'd probably set the expectation of looking at it as the Lions defense last year. Beginning of the year, not that great. As the year progressed, they get their feet a little bit more wet, get a little bit more experienced.
That's a better way of
starting to come around.
Where I was going with it.
Yeah, no, but you helped me get there. And by the way, as far as expectations go, the 500 yards, Dalton Schultz, top 10 tight end in receiving yards this past season, 577 yards, like 500 plus yards. It's a big expectation, and this is like a multiverse offense.
Yeah. There's a lot of layers. Like I said, I'm expecting to see like week 1, week 2. You know, you'll miss a block here, or he'll run a wrong route here or there, and those are things we may not catch, but the coaching staff will catch, and Sam LaPorta will catch, and he'll learn, and then down the end of the stretch, he'll have a game like Hawkinson. It's not crazy to me if he has one game like Hawkinson had against Seattle, where he just absolutely explodes.
Yeah, and like a Jordan Akins. So do you know Jordan Akins off the top of your head?
No.
A tight end from Cleveland.
Okay.
37 catches, 495 yards, 5 touchdowns. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility for Sam LaPorta his rookie year.
We gonna see.
But let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, girlfriend, or best bud. Get into Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We For Detroit, by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on an audio platform, leave a 5-star review. For the man to my left, the one and only Speak Eazy, Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos. I am Spencer Raxter, and we are the Woodward Heavyweights. I just got a really exciting document that I can't wait to read. It is some of
The probation papers.
our guy, my probation papers.
I don't got tests.
I'm free. I don't got clap. No, but we just got done. Our guy, Matt Broder, was obviously at OTAs today, and he sent a outline of his notes, what he's looking at, different players, and there's a couple that I'm excited to break down. We'll get into that in just a minute. But first, we talked about Jameson Williams. Obviously, the Lions' future star receiver was suspended 6 games because of a gambling problem. He was betting on college basketball games from his car in the parking lot and got suspended 6 games. Total horseshit. But Jameson Williams did meet with the media today. He didn't back down. He was there for 10 minutes, fielded all questions, and we got a little bit of the sound from that.
They hit me out the blue, and it hit a couple other players around the league and on my team out the blue. I wasn't aware of this situation, but as it happened, like I said, I took it on the chin. I was ready to move forward as things moved on, and I got the consequences. So that's been my whole plan, moving forward from things.
He went on to expand about different things, about how he feels bad. He just wants to be out there with his guys. He's looking forward to better days like today, where he's out there on the field with his teammates. But for me, obviously it sucks that he is gone for the first 6 games of the season. He is going to be imperative to this Detroit Lions offense and what they want to do, both taking the top off the defenses and doing different things, even in the running game, jet sweeps. We saw one of those last year, and it worked out pretty well. So it's good for at least it makes me feel better to see him kind of, I don't want to say owning up to it, because he owned up to it when it happened.
Yeah.
But he was out there saying, like, yeah, it's, it happened. I'm trying to put it in the past, move on to bigger and better things. I'm just trying to get better and be out there for my guys. So it's a good attitude I like to see out of Jameson Williams, and I can't wait to see him out there on the field.
I like it because for me, and maybe some other people, and I'm sure that other people aren't going to take it that way, but like I don't want to say humanizes him, but it reminds me that this guy's goal at the end of the day is football. You know what I'm saying? Like Brad Holmes talking about the guys that draft. We're not talking about choir boys. We're not talking about guys that aren't Jalen Carrs, but we're talking about guys that bring FBI to the table. That's football intelligence and hunger. It's the same stuff I was talking about in the previous segment too. Jamo brings it. And alongside that interview too, he said, I'm not a gambler. I'm a football player at the end of the day. And the fact that he chose to sit there for 10 straight minutes to be badgered by reporters who set you up to kind of say stupid things, or just so they can get a headline out of it, to make some clickbaitable. 10 minutes straight, he sat there and he took it like a man, and he's facing accountability, or he's showing accountability for his actions. Now, he didn't know the rule. That's not an excuse. That's just how the situation perceived through his eyes. He wasn't familiar with it. He was confused by it. Reading the statement ourselves, following the suspension, found ourselves confused. It's like, wait, can you gamble or like not gamble at all? It was kind of confusing. And it comes down to you can gamble on everything but NFL football, and it can't be on NFL premises.
Yeah.
He made a basketball bet in the parking lot NFL facility. Like, it is what it is. I'm really looking forward to hopefully the Lions posted a whole 10-minute one. I'm down to listen to it. I think he needed to do this too, because beyond just the gambling stuff, like there's just so much we've talked about on the show before. There's just a lot of criticism of Jameson Williams and everything he does. On top of that too, though, he's in practice. And you talking about hype. Dan Campbell stopped these guys from buying the hype. But when Dan Campbell got to talking about Jameson Williams in practice today, you could tell a little hype behind it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, this guy he's just so explosive, and he put his foot in the ground and continue to make plays.
Speaking of practice today, it's obviously he is going to be with the team until the regular season starts. So he's going to be there for OTAs. He's going to be there for training camp. He's going to be there for the preseason. But then when the season starts, he'll have to step away. And right now, he's just focused on making himself better. iron sharpens iron. And our own Matt Broder, in his notes on Jameson Williams, he says he spent a lot of time going one-on-one with Cam Sutton. Sutton certainly held his own and won several of the one-on-one battles. However, there was a play about 20 to 25 yards down the field where Jamo hit him with a double juke move on Sutton and spun around him. Sutton spun around him, left Jamo wide open. The ball had already been thrown to another receiver near the sideline, but the move was special. His ability to plant and change directions with explosion is elite.
Yes, and that's what Dan Campbell was talking about. Obviously, he's ability to get off the ball, but put his foot down and just make a move like that. Like, again, Dan Campbell, in the same press conference, talking about, like, not buying the hype. But they got to talk about Jameson Williams. Like, we got excited. Because not everybody can do that.
I'm just like, that's just more shit. Like, I'm itching for the Lions season, and then there's going to be a secondary itch that I might need to buy some cream for. Like, to see Jameson Williams out there is going to be a whole nother itch on top of that. Like a burning sensation. I need to see Jameson Williams on the field for this Lions team, man. He is, like, you joke about how when I said I'm electric, he is literally fucking electric. The man is lightning in a bottle, and I need to see him out there on the field making plays. I am so excited. I'm glad that he's taking this one on the chin, and just going about his business, trying to make himself better, and hopefully when week 7 comes, he has 10 catches for 225 yards and 2 tutties. Like, I just would, Jamo unleashed, Jamo unchained. I just want to see him out there going crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's going to be. Now, I don't have any concerns. I would say the question is, can Goff get him the ball? But you're going to be able to see that throughout the training camp. Throughout preseason. Like, we're still going to see that unit out there together. So it's like Dan Campbell said too, you just hope he maintains that chemistry, the playbook, and everything else within the first 6 weeks that he has to sit out of the series. Games. It does suck that he's not going to be in there. It does suck he's not going to be in there.
Yeah.
Well, what's a stat prediction for Jamo this year?
So in what, 11 games he's going to have?
Yeah.
I'll say 800 yards.
Only 300 more than Sam LaPorta?
Yeah, Sam LaPorta's going to play 17, so gives him a 6-game leap. I'll say in 11 games, 800 yards, 37 to 43 catches, 6 touchdowns.
E-Fog in the Woodward Sports Chat. I'm sick he can't play against KC. Me too, man. That's a piece you fucking with. Love the. We're going against Patrick Mahomes.
Who are they playing?
Take it for 6 anytime he wants to. You definitely want another guy who could take it for 6 anytime he wants to, and Jameson Williams. But JB, stat prediction for Jameson Williams.
I like Spencer's receptions, so anywhere from like 35 to 40. As far as yards, I'll boost it a little bit more. Give me like 850. Touchdowns.
12.
I'm not gonna say 12. It really does suck that he's suspended for these many games because, like I said, the Lions would utilize him very well in all these games. So, give me 8. I'll say 8.
I'm gonna go 872. No. 941 yards.
In 11 games. Only 400 more than Sam LaPorta.
6 touchdowns. Catches. I'll keep it around like 41.
And remember, he is going to be back week 7 when the Lions go to B-More and take on the Ravens.
Yeah.
And we know that, the tweet he liked about Lamar. No,
yeah.
Is that
trying to show off for
the
Bay.
NFL did it on purpose? No, he's going to be trying to show off for his boy. So this is what you could have been throwing to Lamar. No, but that is the date that is circled on my calendar, is week 7 versus the Ravens, because Jameson Williams will be back. And I'm excited for it, man. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, and the reason why I have no problem giving him, 800 to 900 yards is I'm not saying Brown really wasn't featured in the offense his rookie year until week 9, and he still had 900 yards at the end of the year.
How many catches did he have though? 50.
I think it was like 90. Yeah, 90.
90 catches.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's him.
Yeah, I don't think Jamo will get that many catches, but it'll be for a bigger volume.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like 42 catches or whatever. Because, bro, every time this guy touched the ball
went for 40 yards.
Yeah, man. That's what I go for 900 yards. You know what I'm saying? Because he just might. Maybe I'll change all-purpose yards to 972. Bam.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to see what he can do. He is going to be a breath of fresh air to this offense.
Imagine like a bootleg or like a play action one way with Jahmyr Gibbs. Or just have Jahmyr Gibbs on the outside somewhere, like a bubble screen set
All
up.
the eyes look over there.
Yeah, you play action Dave Montgomery, just to switch around, hit Jamo on the screen.
No, imagine
and then run the same exact formation, hit Jahmyr on the screen.
Imagine a bootleg fake pitch to David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs. Everybody offensive line rolling to the left.
Yeah.
Jamison Williams screaming down the right sideline and just.
Jared Goff hits him in the back of the jersey. Bam.
No, but that's what you're gonna see some shit like that. They're gonna do that, like how Ben Johnson set up plays off of other plays. You're gonna see that a pitch or a stretch to the left, Sam LaPorta or somebody coming across, Amon-Ra St. Brown coming across the middle, hit them. Everybody going to the left. They're gonna hit that a couple times, and then one time they're gonna fake that, pull it out. The whole defense is gonna be moving that way. Jameson's going to be screaming down the other sideline, and they're going to throw it up to him. So it just unlocks a whole nother level of what they can do with this offense when you bring in a weapon like that.
I'm texting Broder. I need my guy to call in. Or you know what? Even our guy was out there too, Noah.
Yeah.
I need one of these guys calling. I need to know where was Jamo lined up at. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it also answers the question of like where Cam Sutton was lined up at. Maybe a little bit too with CJ DJ. We're going to get into it.
So they were doing one-on-one, so I don't know if it was full team drills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But regardless, bro, I'm just excited. Let me tell you guys about something else I'm excited about, and that's protection for my home and my family from Guardian Alarm. Because Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay up.
That's 1-800 right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on an audio platform, leave that 5-star review. We just got done talking a little bit about Jamison Williams, what he's going to bring to the offense, how he's dealing with his suspension, and more on that. And now, courtesy of our guy Matt Broder.
Yo, shout out to Broder.
Let me put that out there.
Shout out to Broder.
Shout out to Broder. Him and Noah down there at OTAs grinding. Broder sent us a detailed description of what he saw from Thursday, March 25th. And now we're gonna do a rookie spotlight. So what better way to start than with the Lions' first pick in the draft, Jahmyr Gibbs. And Matt Broder says, Jahmyr Gibbs featured all over the offense. Running back, slot, X receiver. Impressive catchability. He looks quick, no signs of the previous ankle injury still affecting him. In fact, Dan Campbell confirmed in his press conference, sharing that he's good and they were just being cautious. So Jahmyr Gibbs out there at slot, at running back, at X receiver, looking quick, looking explosive, no signs of the ankle injury that you were all throwing him under the bus for. This guy is going to be a weapon in this offense. Multiple weapons. Like Brad Holmes, like Dan Campbell originally said when they got him, he's not a running back. He is a weapon. What are your feelings on that little breakdown of Jahmyr Gibbs and what that can mean going forward?
Bro, I don't have. Listen, I already told you what I want to talk about. Jahmyr Gibbs, we knew this was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
We knew what it was, and even if there was concerns of him as a full-time back, I dismissed him with the idea of Ben Johnson just knowing how to utilize him and where to put him in this offense. Like I have no. There was never it wasn't too much of a concern because I don't know if I expect a full-time back out of him. Maybe a bit of a gadget player. Kind of weird to take that early, but if he's gonna be that explosive and effective for you, it is what it is. But yeah, Ben Johnson's gonna put this guy. He's gonna look successful.
So you see him being more of a gadget than the Alvin Kamara?
With David Montgomery on the team, yeah. I mean, we're gonna see though. He's a very patient runner.
Yeah.
We gotta see. I gotta see.
We gonna see.
Yeah, I don't want to we it because
like I said, I see a very similar script to what Dan Campbell was a part of in New Orleans when they had Alvin Kamara and they had Mark Ingram, and they both ate. They both went over 1,000 yards. They were both splitting carries and dominating the NFL. So if you can have that similar type of rushing attack, that similar type of backfield with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, I mean, that would just do wonders for Jared Goff. Like, look what it did for a decrepit Drew Brees. Like, respect to Drew Brees, but he was 70 years old, like at the end of his career.
You're right.
And he was throwing 5-yard outs to Michael Thomas all day. But because he had that two-headed monster in the backfield, you could avoid the weaknesses of old age that was brought upon Drew Brees and focus on what he does best. And so I think that a two-headed monster with those guys is just going to be great for Jared Goff and for this offense.
Brother, it's everything I was like dreaming of the previous segment where it's like, yo, you got, and then obviously you have to wait to week 7 to see this, but you got Jahmyr Gibbs on one side of the field in a slot or X spot, because that's what Broder said that he mentioned too. Like he was playing the X receiver slot, and then you have Jamo on the other side of the field. Again, out of that, this is how I do it with Madden. If you ever play me in Madden, I'm gonna tell you a rule of Madden. First play on offense, always run the ball.
Yeah.
Always run the ball. Just that way the opponent can expect that of you. Even the first couple times it's successful because you want to keep them guessing. Then you open up a little bit of play action. You know, maybe Jamo on a quick slant. Maybe Jahmyr Gibbs on a quick slant. Either way, I have them both on each side of the field. All right, from then on, I play action David Montgomery, and then I hit Jahmyr on a screen. Same formation, play action David Montgomery. No, same formation right with David Montgomery. Same formation, play action David Montgomery. Open up the fake slant or screen to Jahmyr Gibbs. Psych, turn around, hit Jamo for the screen. It's nasty.
Yeah.
It's nasty. And like, yeah, I jokingly said, Jamo screaming down the field, Jared Goff hits him in the back of the jersey. With guys like that, they don't need to be screaming down the field.
Mm-hmm.
You can get them the ball, they can make something happen in space.
Yeah.
Especially Jahmyr Gibbs being a running back. Juking, hopping, spinning, whatever the hell you got to do. You talk about measurements of Sam LaPorta. Look at the measurements of Jahmyr Gibbs versus Bijan Robinson. A+. I mean, the measurements outside of the size is in Jahmyr Gibbs' camp.
They got a couple athletic freaks. And before we get into the defensive side of the ball, I want to keep in that backfield with another rookie because I saw it mentioned in the Woodward Sports chat. Ibrahim is a stud. He'll be RB3 in my opinion, and probably Jefferson at RB4. And our guy, Matt Broder, has some notes on Muhammad Ibrahim. He says, a lot of reps. Even before David Montgomery went down with the injury, he seems to be an incredibly hard worker and especially hard runner. I don't know if he has a gear less than 100%. When he wasn't in the drill, he was always asking questions to other players and coaches. His lower body is massive. Would not want to tackle him. That's just a fucking hammer. Like just a guy, you got that in an undrafted free agent to add to that. That is a guy who was a stud.
That's a guy I thought was going to get drafted.
Stud. Yeah, in college. And
if
you bring him to this
injuries,
team,
would have.
he would have gotten drafted for sure if it wasn't for the injuries. So just another piece they can fill in, another piece they can go out there, and you can take some of the reps off of these guys. You know, third and short. Monty just had a tough drive. Throw in Mo. Let him get that lower body going and drive the pile for a yard or two. So
Man.
I'm excited to see what they can do, man.
Eric Allen, Lions will be top 5 in play action this year. If the Lions are top 5 in play action, which I'm assuming they will be too as well, by the way. But Jared Goff, before becoming Detroit Lion, the Rams ranked number 1 as a play action quarterback. I mean, we spoke about it before. 2018, that offense, you know, people want to deride Goff in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, your guy, Todd Gurley, was a part of that.
Yeah.
And we just got them reading notes about running backs. Outside David Montgomery, obviously left with an injury, but we know what David Montgomery brings at the pro level. Jameer Gibbs, we have an idea what he's going to bring. And Mahomes Ingram, you have an idea what he's going to bring too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying play action going to be there for the Detroit Lions all year this year. What up, though, Chris?
Easy. Are you ready to say, because I know it was a debate last year, is this Jared Goff's best offense he's ever had? Are you ready to have that conversation?
No DJ Chark.
I was ready to have it last year. That's a great point, Spinny.
I was joking.
No,
if those guys turn out, if Sam LaPorta and Jahmyr Gibbs turn out
Yeah.
to what they're projected to be, then yes.
Yes. Yeah, he's right. Because Amon-Ra, Jamo, Jameer, Monty, if Sam is what Sam could be as early as his rookie year.
With that
then
offensive line.
With that offensive line.
And the depth at receiver. Like,
I mean,
when
that's the
Jamo
biggest part
comes
of it, too,
back,
is that offensive line, yeah.
having Marvin Jones and Josh Reynolds as 3 and 4 with Khalif Raymond, like, that's a pretty deep receiving core once Jameson Williams comes back.
Another year of Ben Johnson?
Yeah, like Hendon Hooker's going to step into a fucking... I'm playing.
I'm excited to see what they can do, man. There's a lot going on there, and these rookies, it just keeps getting better. Do you want me to read the Jack Campbell stuff?
Well, because we got like what?
But
4 minutes left.
He's got a lot on the defense too that I want.
All right, go one more offensive guy. Let's go defense when we get back.
All right,
we'll keep it themed. Anything about JG?
Marvin Jones and Amon-Ra St. Brown
leading the individual drills?
Yeah. He says Marvin Jones and Amon-Ra St. Brown were going 150% in receiver group drills. No defender, no contact, but working on their precision route running. The rest of the group followed. So that just adds to that. Marvin Jones is another guy that you can put out there. Guy with the leadership ability, a guy who's been in the league, a guy who's been a lot of places, been in Detroit before, been in the role of a number 1 receiver in Detroit. And that's what he's going to have to be, the number 1 outside receiver for the Lions for the first 6 weeks of the year. Because Jameson Williams is not on the field.
I know the piece of the offensive notes that the people want to hear about or would like to hear. Or is going to make them happy. Josh Reynolds. Read that bit between JG and Josh Reynolds, because obviously we talk about Jameson Williams' explosiveness, but also Jameson Williams missing those first 6 games. You like to hear what our guy Broda had to say about Josh Reynolds and JG. You find it?
No, I don't see it on here.
Oh, this guy. Well, nonetheless, chemistry still what it
You mean
looked like
Amon-Ra St.
yesterday.
Brown?
Huh? No, Josh Reynolds. I'll find it. Bullshit a little bit.
Oh, here we go. Goff also continues to show a strong chemistry with Josh Reynolds. Don't see them pursuing any other wide receiver for this specific reason. This team has had confidence that Josh Reynolds can hold down the fort until Jameson Williams is back in Week 7.
That's what I mean. You listen, Josh Reynolds. Say what you want. He brought life to this offense in 2021 when the shit was dead. And you also saw production of him last year too.
Yeah, he can be a guy in a spot.
I think we forget about him.
Yeah, he's
We
a
just miss him.
solid 3
for sure.
A very, very solid wide receiver 3.
I mean, there's even moments. I mean, you have the Minnesota Vikings situation too. Like he's nice, and so's Khalif Raymond too. Like, I guess I do stress a little bit about the DJ Chark situation because I look at the numbers and the numbers correlate with how I felt initially about him being in the offense and it being more explosive with him there. But in those absences, it was guys like Josh Reynolds who stepped up. And after Game 6, albeit everyone's still healthy, this offense still should be able to do something the first 6 weeks, at least float. And again, you got the defense behind you anyway. If they don't, and the defense that we're going to talk about right after we tell you guys about Big Boy.
because Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. Try the classic breakfast items like some strawberry hotcakes or mouth-watering red velvet waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try the strawberry bacon chicken wrap or cool off with the refreshing summer splash salad. And don't forget to grab dessert, including the berry delicious classic strawberry pie, deep fried vanilla Oreos, and strawberry hot fudge cake and more at Big Boy. We'll be right back with more about not only Jack Campbell and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, but the rest of that Lions defense.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on the audio platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcasts, leave a 5-star review.
5-star.
For the man to my left, the one and only Speak Easy, we got Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos. I am Spencer Raxter. We just got done talking about a little bit of Matt Broder's breakdowns from OTAs for the Lions today. We talked about the offensive side of the ball, starting with the rookies. So now let's go over to the defense. And the one rookie everybody wants to hear about on the defensive side of the ball, the one, the only, big Captain Jack Campbell. Matt Broder, shout out again, Broder. You are the GOAT, man. This is great content. Matt Broder says, Jack Campbell doesn't look like a rookie. Kid is a beast. There was a play that started near the opposite end zone where Jamar Jefferson broke past the second line of defense and sprinted to the opposite end zone. Campbell chased him the entire way, even after the play was called dead. Never caught him, but he was right with him every step. It was impressive. Other than that, it seemed like every time he was out on the field, the ball was close by. The dude is a ball hawk and a heat-seeking missile.
One more time. One more time for the people in the back.
The dude is a ball hawk and a heat-seeking missile, says Matt Broder about Jack Campbell from the first day he was at OTAs.
You love to hear it. That's all I want to say. Like, him saying he doesn't look like a rookie is like, that's what I wanted to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, going off of yesterday, his strength is in the passing game, in my opinion. And then you obviously have the opportunity of him to take on more blocks. That's something AG said too. Is like he has the ability to take on 2 blockers at a time because he requires that because of his mass alone. But obviously we're talking about OTAs here. Nobody's in pads yet, and what's exemplified out there in the field is going to be your ball skills.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
All
pause intended, but pause all over the balls too.
Big pause.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I texted Broder. I see if he calling in. I know he's driving right now or doing whatever he's doing, but I need like deets on the Jack Campbell situation because like that's got me a little too geeked up.
Bro, I called it yesterday. I said defensive rookie of the year, Jack fucking Campbell. This guy is going to be out there. He's going to have free reign over the defense. He's already the best linebacker in the room, and he's going to be out there making plays. That's why they got him. That's why they had him on their board so high. He was one of their 14 guys who had first-round grades, and they made a play for him. They got him where they wanted him, and now he's going to be out there. I don't want to say he's going to get the green dot because he's a rookie, but he's going to be damn close to having that. He's going to be damn close to being the guy in the situation, making plays, making things happen, and he is going to be all over the field. We saw his RAS scores. We saw his athleticism scores on display. And this is just more proof of that. Broder put eyes on it and said the dude is a demon out there. So I'm extremely excited to see what he can do. I'm extremely excited at what he brings to this defense and how he can solidify that middle of the field.
And if we're talking to like the point of him covering NFL caliber tight ends, NFL caliber running backs, are there many linebackers that are doing that in this league? You know, yeah. I really don't think that's the case. You know,
I mean, fucking Fred Warner covers CeeDee Lamb pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a freak.
That's
though.
true. It's barely in situations, and like you read the thing about him chasing down Jamar Jefferson, and like I get it. Jamar's not the cream of the crop,
but still,
but yeah, you
running
like to hear the athletic traits that he's able to just stay stride for stride with them, and then you got to look at the talented defense and secondary decorated around him too. Like when I said yesterday when I was like, I don't hate your defensive rookie of the year. I don't know if it happens, but I don't hate it.
Yeah,
because even if he's not the one getting his hands on the ball, he's still like a ball hawk in himself. He's still a playmaker himself. You saw that out of Kirby last year.
He's a giant white Kirby. The man's a giant white Kirby Joseph.
Wow, Kirby Joseph.
I'm excited to see it, man. And I'm excited for this defense as a whole. Because Matt Broder did break down some more about the defense. He said Aaron Glenn still coaching with an intense fire, and the defense is taking after Aaron Glenn. They were loud. Communication seems to be an A+. It's hard to pinpoint a leader because multiple guys were consistently vocal and looking to take a leadership role. And that's where that veteran presence that they brought in plays a factor. That's where Cam Sutton comes in. That's where Chauncey Gardner-Johnson comes in. That's where at the beginning of the season and towards the middle of the season, this defense was looking kind of lost because it was filled with rookie players. It was filled with young players. Now you've got dudes that have been in the NFL, that have been on great defenses in the NFL in there, and they're going to hold people accountable, make sure players are where they have to be doing what they have to do. And it is just awesome to see that. It is awesome to hear they're buzzing, and that defense is looking good.
I don't know what it was I was listening to. I believe it was a John Fox interview on the Detroit Lions YouTube channel, and he was kind of speaking about he used to coach with Dan Campbell. Not with them, but when Dan Campbell was a player, they were both in New York together. And a lot of people forget the Giants went to a Super Bowl and they lost to the Ravens that year, I believe. Kerry Collington, whoever the hell the fuck was the quarterback, John Carrington, I don't even care. But one of the things that John Fox spoke about is that locker room had Dan Campbell-esque players, where everybody was like keeping everybody on their shit. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody was on top of their game, even to backup. So let's be real about Dan Campbell. Yeah, he played in the NFL, a former NFL player, Detroit Lion and New York Giant, but he wasn't like a marquee tight end in the game. He was just a role guy, a glue guy, if you will. But that's the culture that Dan Campbell played in. And they went to a fucking Super Bowl that way.
Yeah.
John Fox is familiar with that too. He's now part of this organization. I heard in those two that Broder said he was working with Ifeanyi Melifonwu.
Yep.
That's a guy that needs to work, to be honest with you. That's probably one of the picks of Brad Holmes you look at and be like, don't know if we got what we invested in that one because it's a third-round pick. But nonetheless, the culture. This is the same way. I mean, you felt it a little bit with Jim Caldwell here, but this is football culture.
Yeah.
Jim Caldwell was a character culture. This is football culture that Dan Campbell's breeding out. And Brad Holmes was part of that too. I don't want to say Dan Campbell.
Speaking of football culture, my favorite sentence in this entire 3-page report that Broder sent us.
What? It's 3 pages?
This is something that gets me. What is the one thing that we always talk about we want out of our defensive backs?
Talking that shit.
Talking that shit.
Talking that
Playing with
shit.
that edge. Being nasty. And what did they not have last year out of their defensive backs?
Nobody was talking that shit.
Nobody was talking that shit. And Broder put in here CJGJ.
Talking that shit.
Appears to be the alpha. He was consistently hopping all over the field and talking trash to any offensive player within his vicinity. I fucking love that shit, bro. Bring that energy, Chauncey. Go out there and talk shit. Get in the face of people. I want you talking shit to Travis Kelce week 1. Yelling at. Like, I love that. That is what football is about. It is in their face. You don't come over here with that weak shit. Like, I'll crack you. You come across my middle, Travis. I dare you. Like, I fucking love that shit. I've been waiting for a defender like that. Like, Quandre Diggs used to talk shit like that.
Yeah.
That's why I loved Quandre Diggs. Glover Quinn was more of the, buttoned up.
Yeah.
He showed with his game. Darius Slay talked a little shit. That's why I love Darius Slay. A little bit, but nothing too crazy. But Quandre was out there chirping. And Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is that same thing. He's out there talking shit, getting in people's faces.
Yes.
And he can do that because he was one of the best secondary players in the NFL last year. I fucking love that shit, dude.
Say it with your chest.
No, that's you and I said it all the time. That's what you love out of it. That's an attribute of a quarterback I feel like you need to have to be elite. I mean, you think of elite guys. Maybe Darrelle Revis is the one you think of. Didn't talk too much shit, but that's an attribute of the greats.
Deion
Talking
Sanders.
that shit. Because they know.
Deion Sanders, talk shit. Jalen Ramsey, talk shit.
Richard Sherman,
talk shit. Like
Sauce Gardner,
talk shit. I love it, man. I love it. And a little bit of an update on Tracy
By the
Walker.
way, hold real quick on CJGJ. You see the highlight from him yesterday on Lions Twitter?
Yeah.
Already picking off the ball too.
Mhm.
Like, come on, bro.
Tipped from
That's what we looking
from
for.
our guy John Kaminsky making the tip.
Yeah.
CJGJ getting the pick.
Dude.
He's good with the ball in the air, man. But Tracy Walker, an update on Tracy Walker from our guy Matt Broder. He says, we're not 100%, but looked pretty fluid. Backpedaling in some solo drills he participated in. In his interview after practice, he talked about his strong relationship with his little brother, Kirby Joseph. And although he wanted to be out there last season, he loved seeing Kirby grow as a player and perform throughout the season. More to come from Tracy Walker's interview once he gets the transcript completed.
God, dude. That's a piece we're talking about, the ability of Jack Campbell, what he could do. We're talking about what CJGJ is bringing to this thing. You know who's been talking their shit this offseason? Kirby. Aaron Rodgers, Dada. Talking his shit too. I forget Kirby's a part of this fucking defense too, man. Again, if this offense isn't what it was last year, assuming I still think it'd be top 10. But if it's not top 4, I'm telling you, this defense is going to keep in a lot more games than I think a lot of people are prepared to see. It's fucking flooded with playmakers, including Jack Campbell. I don't expect, and that's the beautiful part too, is like, sometimes you think of all playmakers. Well, you need somebody to play the actual like X's and O's of the game and make the right play on the ball or right read and coverage. Well, that's where your Cam Sutton comes to play, who also happens to be a little bit of a playmaker.
Mhm.
That's where your Tracy Walker, that you just spoke about, comes into play. He's going to run up in the box. He's going to thud some running backs. Like, it's have every piece in this defense, it feels like now. Assuming obviously Jack Campbell is what Broder typed him out to be in that report. Outside of defensive tackle. And even Aaron Glenn kind of spoke about the Project Martin situation today too. He said the size, you can't coach the size of that man. If I'm not mistaken, 6'5", 330 pounds?
Yep.
And his comp was Linval Joseph, you know, with a knee brace and stuff like that too. But, I mean, we'll see, bro. I really think that's one that, like, what?
Nothing.
Huh.
Nothing.
Fat booty somewhere?
No. This is good. Keep going.
I mean, that's all I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah, as a fucking Jeep just went over the margin. But
Oh.
You can do what you want when you're driving a Jeep, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's another thing. Like you said, if he is what Broder is painting him to be, ball hawk, heat-seeking missile, what better way than to have a fucking 6'5", 300 whatever pound dude open a hole, taking a couple blockers, so that heat-seeking missile can plow right through there and make a play in the backfield, make a stop before they get to the line of scrimmage. Like, I don't know if I'm just like a football addict or we've just been talking about fallacies and fantasy drafts and shit like that for so long, and now we're getting actual reports of these guys on the field. That's got me fucking geeked. Bro, I just took a perk 30. Like, I'm so hyped for this shit. I can't wait to see the Lions team next year. I cannot wait.
Granted OTAs, but everything still exists. The resume still exists of CJGJ.
Yes.
The resume short, but still exists of Kirby Joseph. Resume exists for Cam Sutton. Like, I think we're allowed to get hyped about this defense, and it's one I can't wait to see take the field, because I also think it's forgotten about. I think it's from like week 9, whatever week they faced the Packers, up until the Panthers game. The Detroit Lions defense ranked number 1 in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That's including turnovers. That's including against the run. Like, that shit's lost because of how nasty the defense was, and nasty in a bad way. The numbers are disturbingly, like, historically looking bad.
Pressure numbers, turnover ratio, quarterback QBR allowed, like, they were all top 3.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people,
nasty.
even if they know it, forgot it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, look at the win streak that went on. Every single one of those games included a turnover.
Mm-hmm.
Also, think about the run stopping they had, too.
Shut down Saquon.
Barkley.
Shut down Delvin Cook.
Yep.
Like, it's...
I'm just saying. No, don't be surprised motherfuckers step on the field and start fucking just taking the ball from people. I won't be.
I won't be either.
I'm borderline expecting it.
They were one of the best teams at forcing turnovers last year, and they got the guy who led the league in interceptions.
And for me, quite honestly, too, like, that's what's kind of important. Like, I don't know if you remember, like, I guess that'd be more so the playoffs where that defense kind of like just went rogue. But the shootout between the Arizona Cardinals and the Green Bay Packers when Aaron Rodgers won, I think we talked about this too. Like, it's about being opportunistic on defense.
Yeah.
Because you'd be perfect, but the turnovers are what's key.
Yes.
It's a net. It's net score at that point. You're taking points off of them. You're giving yourself an opportunity too. So even if you kick a field goal, that's 10 points technically.
It's facts. It's facts. And
tell us about Sam.
I'm just geeked. I'll tell you guys about Sam or SMA, which is SMA or the Sports Marketing Agency. I wrote it as Sam I made a typo. SMA or the Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, make sure you head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on an audio platform like, I don't know, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you go, subscribe to the Woodward Heavyweights and leave a what review?
5-star.
5-star review. For the man on my left, the one and only Speak Easy, Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the birthday boy, on the ones and twos. I am Spencer Axter. Happy birthday again, JB. How's your day been so far?
Pretty good, man. Had a good day. I appreciate you guys singing happy birthday and stuff to me earlier, too, so I love it.
Of course, man.
Did you cry?
Only worked 97 hours on his birthday.
You should have told us it was your birthday. I would have brought you something.
Nah, man, I don't do that, you know. I don't let
You
anybody
brought me
know.
some. I'm gonna get you something. I'm gonna get you a growler of blueberry dripper. It's some good shit.
I'm gonna get you some weed.
It's dangerous too, though. Beware. It's 9.5%.
I can confirm.
Yeah.
All right, I can always use both, so I'm
All
good
right.
with
First
it.
time I puked in a long time.
Yeah. That was a good night.
Results of the dripple.
That was a good night.
It was a good night.
But we just talked a lot about the Lions defense, why we're so excited for the Lions defense, what's going on there, and we didn't even fucking mention Aiden Hutchinson or James Houston.
I know.
Is that crazy? Are we crazy for doing that?
You crazy.
Crazy?
I mean, there's a lot to be hyped about, bro. There is. Like I said, in the locker room, calm down, stay hungry. Outside the locker room, we going brazy.
Fucking
You know what I'm saying?
mainlining that Kool-Aid.
We going brazy. But no, it's hype. You know, and you know one of my favorite things to do, on the show, off the show, in the shower, when I wake up in the morning.
Jerk off.
No, jerking off the shower sounds horrible. Shitting on the
That's
Bears.
not that bad.
I love the shit on the Bears. I love when other people shit on the Bears. I hate the Chicago Bears. Passionately. It all stems to the Calvin Johnson catch. And then Brandon Marshall continued to talk shit. Talking about some little brother shit. I believe Brandon Marshall was a 0 in a win column against the Detroit Lions, by the way. But some Bears slander. I ain't get to see this yet.
From our very own
Like
David Montgomery.
Big fat steak in front of me right now.
He said, it got to the point where it sucked the fun out of the game for me. Because I'm a competitor. I like to compete. That's what football's all about. It's so refreshing to be in a place where that's appreciated. So he said playing for the Chicago Bears sucked the life out of him. And not in a good way. How do you feel about that? What's your initial reaction to the Bears giving David Montgomery the bad sloppy toppy?
I get a smile from my audience is listening. Bro, that's why, I mean, there's just so much hype around the Chicago Bears team. And maybe just more specifically Justin Fields. I don't want to say the team. It's not really fair to the rest of those guys, but, like, why? why? What have they done? And then beyond that too, we had faith heading in, like, from Hard Knocks, even before Hard Knocks, like, oh, we like its coaching staff. We're talking about Dan Campbell and the gang. What's the Chicago Bears coaching staff done?
Nothing.
Why? And then you have, like, so losing season Detroit Lions, right?
Mhm.
But still hungry. Still feel like they're progressing. Still feel like they're learning. Still like they're just getting to where they need to be. Working through things, and things just aren't going their way sometimes. And then you have a culture like the Bears right now, where a guy said the fun was getting sucked out of him. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
The fun of the game?
The life was getting sucked out of him.
So we got a team, roster, I should say, that still feels iffy to me. I know some people hype, you got Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds, phenomenal player.
Mhm.
Herbert's a good player too. Mooney's all right,
Eddie Jackson, Jaquan Brisker, safety's pairs.
I like Brisker. I like Brisker.
You don't like Eddie Jackson?
Yeah. You have a roster that's like, meh.
Receiving core's pretty good too.
You have a coaching staff that's yet to prove anything, and now a culture that sounds like one that's not doing too hot.
Mhm.
It all started too. It stems from, like, when you have a rookie quarterback or young quarterback, and then you bring a defensive coordinator to groom him. Like, what are you doing?
Mhm.
Well, I love it. I mean, feed me more of this. I love when the Bears suck. With Michigan State, when Michigan State was beating on Michigan all the time,
Yeah, great times.
it got to a point where I was like, damn, I kind of want Michigan to be good, so, like, these games are at least entertaining. Because, Michigan State, I never forget, Connor Cook fucking put his shoulder down, just fucking trucked the linebacker. I was like, this is getting out of pocket right now. Like, I almost like it when it was, like, closer games. Chicago Bears game, let it be a fucking blowout every goddamn time. Let it be some shit like we saw the last time they faced them in Ford Field. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
So I love this news. This is music to my ears. This is a fucking fat steak on a plate in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm eating it up.
What's up, JB?
Well, with the good, I kind of got to give some bad as well, too, because the Bears fans are actually clapping back about this David Montgomery statement, saying that, hey, bro, chill out. You went to the Lions. It's not like you went to San Francisco or KC. How do you feel about that?
I don't give a fuck about Bears.
Went to the Lions. Lions doing better than the Bears, fam.
Yeah.
I mean,
You mean the team that swept you last year?
yeah, it's like when my man yesterday, Mason, tried to say, the most irrational fan base to put Detroit Lions. Bro, no, this is not a fan base narrative.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions are on the up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's being talked about everywhere. And it's not just like media, where you see, like, the media talking about the Justin Fields stuff, or Adam Rank talking about the Justin Fields shit and sleeping on the Lions. No, because there's, like, a rational side of it where money's involved, which makes the fucking world go around, right? And even Vegas has the Lions on the up and up. So, like, yeah, he went to the Lions, but this ain't your grandpa's Lions.
Yeah, you mean the Lions team that swept the Bears last year? You mean the Lions team that had 3 times as many wins as the Chicago Bears last year?
Hey,
You mean I fucking hate Bears fans.
Hey, Bears fans, it's not your slutty mother's Lions, all right? This is the brand new Lions. This ain't your fucking skank grandma's Lions, all right? This is the brand new Lions. This isn't your dick-sucking dad's Lions. This is the brand new Lions. Get your shit straight. Yeah, he's here because we're doing things. He left you because you're not. You're a bum. Fucking losers for at least one more year. So sit back and relax. You got some shit to talk about.
Yeah.
You got nothing for now. Shut up.
Bears fans still think they got Mike Ditka back there. Like, get out of the past. Go to the present. Go to the present.
Who'd they draft?
The Bears?
Yeah, the first round pick is a lineman. I forget his name. Something right?
Yeah, Darnell Wright.
Darnell Wright. Yeah, we got the Darnell Wright. He's gonna help us turn around and the shit talking Lions. Yeah, your fucking right tackle's gonna do that for you. James Houston and Aiden Hutchinson. Sounds like you need 2 tackles for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Your quarterback already can't throw, and then we just beefed up our secondary. Sit down and shut up. Put on fucking stash and relive the glory days, losers.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm sick of the Bears, man. I hope the Bears just implode this year. I can't wait. I think they'll do better, but I don't like. They talk too much shit.
This Green Bears got you fucked up.
Yeah, for real. For real. They think their shit don't stink. We spent $80 million on linebackers, so that means we're gonna win the division. Like,
yeah, like, bro.
You guys are fucking losers.
Yeah, maybe in the fucking 50s.
Yeah, maybe when Mike Ditka was playing. Like,
I don't know, man.
Fucking losers.
Name a starting linebacker on the Chiefs that just won the Super Bowl.
Nick Bolton.
That's all I got for you.
Yeah.
Not getting the Eagles because, one, we weren't pursuing free agency, TJ Edwards.
Yeah.
And who was...
Because you're white.
Who was the other one? Is that the other one?
Yeah.
You know? 49ers, their linebackers. 49ers defense is fucking dangerous.
Yes. At all levels.
but he's also been there forever. But the Cowboys, Van Der Esch.
Van Der Esch, yeah.
Name some top NFC teams. I'm trying to think of the Seahawks. Yeah. Bobby Wagner wasn't there. He's back there now.
He's back there now.
Seahawks actually might be a problem, bro.
Yeah, the Seahawks are going to be pretty good.
You know Tariq Woolen was a Pro Bowler? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's fucked up. That's
he got
fucked
injured,
up.
though.
Yeah, he did. But I guess he'll be back by training camp, they said. Like, you spent money on a position that's dying. Yeah, we drafted one with our second first-round pick because we got it like that. You guys, did they have 2 first rounds this year? They took a lineman, and then what was the other one? Or next year? What up, though, Chris? But why you look so...
Easy, I want you to script the play right now. The play that between the Lions and the Bears that will just make you the most happy. A Justin Fields interception.
Oh, dude.
They only had one.
A James Houston sack. What is it that Eazy is envisioning for the Bears when they play the Lions? What's that play look like?
Okay. It's about 2:45 on a Sunday. All right, you ripped a couple tequila shots. And not just because you're the biggest fan of tequila, that's just what the boys had that day.
I love tequila.
All right, you're either at the game at the stadium and you're buzzing, feeling great, got your girl next to you or your partner next to you, whatever you choose to fuck, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Your machinery, whatever it is. Or maybe you're just watching the game on the couch with a couple of brews.
Damn, Chris.
And you still got the tequila down because like it's that type of day. All right? This game is eerily closer than it should be because, you know, sometimes Jared Goff gonna golf. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. The Bears are within 1 score to win the game, not tied up to win the game. It's 4th down. No, I'll say 4th quarter, and we'll go 4th down still. Probably about 56 seconds left. 60 yards to go for the Chicago Bears and MVP candidate Justin Fields. And he's going out. He's a bootleg pass. He's a play action one. He's scrambling. He sets up like Matthew Stafford used to go back in the day. Remember Stafford, like when he was scrambling, he's sitting there for a minute, you're like, oh shit.
Something about to happen.
Something about to happen.
Yeah.
Something about that. Bam! James Houston knocked the fuck out of him. Knocked out. Unconscious. Sleep. The ball's in the air. Jack Campbell grabs it. Because we invest with rookie contracts in our linebackers. Takes it back to the crib. All right. Double-digit lead. I don't know how that works because you're down. They could win the game, but it don't matter. Detroit Lions win. That's what I envision for the Chicago Bears. Fucking scrubs. Bitch asses.
You know what I envision for the Chicago
Justin
Bears?
Fields out for the remainder of the season, by the way.
You know what I envision?
Like 4 weeks.
What I envision for the Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
So what game is this? Week 7, 8, 9, 10. Week 10 at Ford Field. 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Lions defense out there playing great. Justin Fields takes off. He breaks it. 65-yard touchdown run.
What is wrong with you?
To cut the deficit to 34 points. Lions are still up. First score of the game. 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
I like that.
Fuck the Bears! Lions are sweeping those pussies this year.
Bears got nothing. All right. I wish they had some celebrities to golf with, but they don't. We do here in Michigan, unfortunately enough for you. And you can golf with them too on the Randy Wise Golf Tour. You saw the commercial begin the show. There's only one way to get it done, and that's through Randy Wise Auto. What could be better than watch celebrities like D-Mac and Brilliant play golf? Playing golf yourself and being treated like a celebrity, that's what. Stopping at any Randy Wise dealership for your chance to play golf like a celebrity. VIP transportation, free golf to one of Michigan's best tracks, and the tasty steak dinner after. Compliments of Fairway Packing Company. Make the wise decision and get to Randy Wise today for your chance to win. This is Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. It's JB's gosh darn birthday. So like the stream for the man. JB, ask people to like the stream.
Come on. You got it. It's for me. JB Smooth here. And don't forget to leave that 5-star review.
5-star review, all audio platforms. What a pro. We just got done talking about the Lions, what's going on. A lot coming out of OTAs today. Now let's shift gears a little bit. Give young Chris Platty, even though we're the same age.
The real one.
You might be older than me, I'm not sure. His time to shine. You got a prospect breakdown for the Pistons on who you think a potential guy they could take at 6 is. Who is this? And
well, at 5.
Or at 5, my bad, yeah.
But yeah.
Who is this and tell us about him.
Anthony Black, and I'm going to throw up his stats right here, so I'm going to give you a quick breakdown on him. Anthony Black out of Arkansas, 6'7", wingspan 7 foot. He's a point guard, but don't worry about that. We'll get to that. Average 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Shot decently at the rim and okay at the free throw line. Struggled at the 3-point line. And is born in 2004, aka the greatest year in sports. So my thing with him, let's just do the pros and the cons of this guy. The pros are high IQ. Sam Vecenia, the athletic, a guy that I really like when it comes to draft evaluation, has called this prospect the smartest prospect in the draft. He has great defense, and between the high IQ and great defense, the dude can fit in with any team right away. And he has a plus assist to turnover ratio as a true freshman. That's very remarkable to have that, especially when you didn't have really too many weapons on that Arkansas offense. And he's got active hands, averaging over 2 steals a game, showing that he can do a lot of things. The bad sides about him, the cons of him, are his shot mechanics. His shot mechanics look ugly. They look wonky. It's a very slow jumper. And didn't shoot well from the 3. And he doesn't, despite his athleticism, he did just test a 39-inch vertical at the combine, but he doesn't really have that quick step. So he is athletic, but he doesn't have that quick step to blow by people. And so the combination of not being able to blow by people and also not being able to shoot well from 3 is a concern offensively. I broke it down into three levels for him: the basement, the ground level, and the ceiling of what I think this guy is. The absolute basement to me is the bad Ben Simmons. Just a great ball handler and great defender, but can't really fit in unless it's a unique situation. Or Kyle Anderson after a few years in the league.
Don't want him. His
ground level, the most realistic outcome for me I see is Nick Batum, Sean Livingston post-injury, a little bit of Joe Ingles, just that forward guard that can just kind of do anything, guard 1 through 3, make smart plays, again, very high IQ. And then his absolute ceiling to me is Lonzo Ball, or maybe, I don't like this comp, but a lot of people are using it, Josh Giddey with high defense. So those are kind of the ranges of which I see this guy. And my ultimate takeaway with this guy is, look, he's a guy that I wouldn't take at 5. He's projected anywhere from 5 to 12 right now in mock drafts. I wouldn't take him at 5 because I believe there's other prospects at 5 that you can get. But I like this guy a lot, and I like betting on guys with a high IQ. Those are the guys that figure it out. Sean Livingston's career should have been over.
Yeah.
But because of his high IQ, he was able to figure it out and become a good member, a key member on a Golden State championship team. So I like him, but personally, I wouldn't address him at 5. I'd like to get this guy on his second contract. Give him a few years to get his feet wet in the NBA. Again, he's labeled as a 6'7" point guard with a 7-foot wingspan, but truthfully, he could play anywhere 1 through 3 and even guard 4s. So I like this guy. What are your questions or concerns about him?
I'll tell you, the 3 things that stand out to me immediately when you look at his breakdown are obviously the 7-foot wingspan, the 2.1 steals per game, which is impressive, but unfortunately the 30.1% from 3. Like that is what the Pistons need defense. There's no question about that, but they also need 3-point shooting, and I can't do it. I can't do it if he's a tall guard who can't shoot the 3. I'm out already. As much as I like the defensive upside and being a smart player, you need to be a 3-point shooter if I'm drafting you in this draft. That is the number one thing. Like, defense is hustle and size. Like, you can coach defense, and yeah, you can fix a shot, but it's a lot easier to coach defense than it is to coach a 3-point shot.
Easy.
Yeah, one of the reasons I and by the way, like, feel free to
Great job, Chris, by the way.
Great job. Pick the players you want to go like from here on out. But this is one of the guys you brought up after the initial like draft party.
Yeah.
And it wasn't one I was like I wanted at 5. It just didn't feel like a number 5 pick. It didn't feel like a fit to me either. And it just wasn't an investment I wanted to make at 5 if I was a Pistons GM, obviously. But also kind of undersized for like the wing position. I feel like 6'7", but 198 pounds.
Yeah,
You
not
expect
even
to put some weight
200
on, but
pounds.
like
I'll put some weight on for
yeah,
sure.
I want my wings a little bit thicker than that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone likes a juicy wing now and then, but maybe for somebody else. It feels like more of a project, more of a hope than it is like a actual product, finished product.
Yeah, and that's ultimately why you don't take him at 5 is because his ceiling, I don't even see an all-star with this guy. I see him as a very good, I used the term connector when I first brought him up on the show, because I think he really is that guy that can be a key contributor on a championship team, but he's not your all-star. He's not your 1, 2, or your 3. And you may think you have your 1, 2, or 3 with Cade, Ivy, and Duren right now, but you're also drafting 5, and you also have the chance to get a 4th 1, 2, or 3. You know what I mean? So like take that upside swing if you're the Pistons. That's where I'm at with him. If Troy Weaver maybe does kind of what he did with Jalen Duren, where he trades back around 12, he keeps 5 and then maybe just weaponizes some cap space, gets some assets, and then flips that into like a 12th pick and grabs him then, I'm okay with it. But I personally feel like this is a guy that like down the road, 8 years from now, we're going to be doing the show, and I'm going to be like, I told you guys about Anthony Black. I like this guy because I do believe long term he's going to be a decent player. He's going to be a decent player, and I think he's going to have key moments on a very good team at some point. I just, again, like you said best, let somebody else build him up, and then Detroit kind of worry about him in the second contract or so. But I like the kid a lot, and I wouldn't be opposed to drafting him in like the in 10 to 12 range if Troy Weaver somehow ends up back in that range.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, I feel like this guy's not that much of a ball handler, but has the ability to be.
No, he is. The best ball hand. He's one of the best ball handlers in the draft.
All right, so straight up PTSD. Dante Exum is like the vibe I get here. 6'6" Dante Exum. Well, actually, Dante Exum was 5th overall pick too.
I think he was 3rd.
No, he was 5th.
5th?
Was he?
Yeah, he was on that list of 5th.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was.
Oh yeah.
That's the vibe I get here. 6'6", long arms.
That's a good basement comp. I like that.
And that's a little PTSD from that one.
Yeah.
All due respect, I mean, even at the 12, I'm out. Yeah, if it was then, I'd feel more comfortable with the pick. I don't even want him on the team.
And
to be honest with you.
Also, if I had a backcourt like Steph and Clay, I'd be much more willing to take this guy. But the fact is, Cade is, I believe, going to be a good shooter. Ivy will be a good enough shooter, in my opinion. And you can't have Anthony Black next to a good enough shooter. Like, if he's next to Steph and Clay and guys that are just absolutely elite and totally change the entire dynamics of the floor, then yeah, he looks a million times better.
Yeah.
But if he's next to guys that aren't necessarily the greatest shooters already, and you can kind of take your chances on them, it's just the spacing's going to be real wonky offensively.
Yeah, I said to the Sean Livingston situation too. Like, Sean Livingston in the perfect situation being on that team. Yeah. Like, guy who really had an inside game, great playmaker, or good playmaker, I should say. Exactly everything you said.
Murderous mid-range game.
Yeah.
One of the best mid-range middies in the league for a couple of years.
Nasty. Honestly, it was patent. Like, it was going in every time.
It was like him, DeMar, and like KD were like the best mid-range shooters in the league for that little stretch when he was on the Warriors.
I'm glad you brought that up because that was underrated.
Yeah.
In Sean Livingston's game. With that
Sean Livingston was supposed to be the next LeBron.
Oh, like a bone pop out or some shit like that?
Yeah, he had a devastating injury.
Yeah. But
I did want to say one more thing about this guy too, is that the fact that he averaged 4 assists a game in a team that didn't really have a lot of shooters. Like, when I was going through the film and watching this guy and his teammates, it was a lot like the Cade Cunningham situation, where it's like, damn, dude, give this guy some floor spacing, because he was making a lot of the passes were simple in the highlight reels I was looking at, but he's very decisive with it. He gets the ball, he doesn't hold it. If he sees the pass, he makes it, no doubt. And so you give this guy elite shooters, I do think, again, he's going to be good. He just would fit much better on a team like a Golden State or something like that has elite shooting, not necessarily Detroit.
So we'll start ranking these guys.
Yeah.
as you do them. Where do you put him on your wish list for number 5? Like,
for number 5, like assuming
we'll do
who's
a tier,
realistically
like
there.
S tier, A tier. Like, what tier would he be in?
I'd probably put him in the A tier because again, I wouldn't take him at 5. I wouldn't take
What
him
tier?
at 5, but as of the prospects I'm looking at, at 5 that are realistically available, he's probably like 3 or 4.
Damn.
So I really do like this kid, despite all of his warts with his shooting. But when it comes to, like, I'm excluding, though, obviously, like, Wemby, Scoot, Miller guys, I won't expect to be there. So, like, yeah, I have him, like, right now as my 3rd or 4th favorite prospect for the Pistons if you're if you're drafting at 5.
I hate you for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Why do you hate him?
I don't like the fit. Aaron S has a good point though in Woodward Sports Chat. Anthony Black would fit well with the Houston Rockets. I think that make perfect sense for that.
That's what I heard on a podcast today. Is somebody said their bold take was that Anthony Black would be perfect in Houston and he should be taking over the Thompson twins because everybody has a man going there, but that's more of a clean fit for him as well.
Yeah, well, that was Chris's first prospect breakdown.
Real quick. What are you doing next? And you want to do it like every day? Or you want to do it once a week? How do you want to do this thing?
I'm ready whenever. I got pages of notes already. There's still a few more guys I want to dive into, but I got a lot of
we'll do another one
notes
tomorrow.
already.
We'll do another one tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, you pick who it is.
Do we want to do the beloved Cam Whitmore, the one that everybody in the Pistons Nation is so?
No,
so
make it spicy and don't tell the people.
Spicy?
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow, so we'll do it tomorrow.
Easy's
Easy's
here tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, you are here
What
tomorrow.
happened?
Huh?
Never mind.
Nothing.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. So we're gonna figure that out. But Chris, that was a good job. Very well done. Great job. Elon Musk would approve on that one. We'll be right back with some more Woodward Heavyweights. But first, a word from our sponsors.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on an audio platform, leave a 5-star review. So I had this in the intro, but we didn't really get to it. Did you see that shit going on about Kwame Brown and Shannon Sharp going back and forth?
No, do we have the video?
No, we don't. It was like a fucking 2-minute video, but Kwame Brown was kind of talking shit about LeBron and how he let that happen. And Shannon Sharp clapped back at him, and he was like, why are you going to talk shit about, because, you know, Shannon rolls with LeBron, and he's a big ride or die Brown fan. He was like, why would you fucking talk shit about what LeBron would do? What would you do? You were a former number 1 overall pick. What would you do in that situation, Kwame Brown? It was a lose-lose situation for LeBron, shit like that. And, like, then Kwame clapped back with some profanity.
That's why I wish we had the video.
Calling Shannon Sharp and Uncle Tom pretty much and shit like that, and like,
how's he Uncle Tom?
Saying he's caged up on the desk with a white man.
He's defending LeBron James.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was pretty funny though.
No, anytime Kwame Brown gets at the big media guys, it's funny because like Kwame's doing it from his car.
Yeah,
and he's still commanding just as much numbers. During these feuds, and he's I don't know, just ratchet as fuck.
Kwame Brown was he was like, "There's no first downs in basketball." I mean, you're a giant bust, and Shannon Sharp's top 5 tight end of all time. So like,
yeah,
I'm pumped the brakes on comparing athletic ability or comparing careers there, Kwame. Big game tonight though. Big game tonight.
Yeah, hockey and
yeah,
and NBA.
You think the Heat?
Which one are you tapping into?
NBA for sure.
Yeah.
NBA for sure. You think the Heat get it done?
No Gabe Vincent, by the way.
No Gabe Vincent?
I was going to say, yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Can't believe that's a big deal. But
yeah, honestly. Like,
he's been balling.
He has been balling. He's shifty, man. He's got the wet ball.
Yeah, I thought he's got the what?
The wet ball.
Oh.
Hey, yo! Is that an AO moment? Do kids not call it the wet ball anymore?
I honestly have never heard of that.
You never heard that term?
I knew exactly what you meant when you said it, but yeah,
he's got the
I've
wet
never
ball.
heard that.
Splash.
I heard of like, never mind.
He stroke that thing, cuzzo. Hey, have you seen that video? It's
What's
like,
that from?
they're playing 2K, and it's like when you play 2K with old heads, and there's this guy in the corner, he catches it, he green beans it, and it's like over the mug. He's like, stroke that shit, cuzzo. He's like, bro, what? That shit's funny. But yeah, it's pretty crazy that Gabe Vincent would be a, like, deciding factor of, damn, she is fine.
Yeah, my wedding date's hotter.
Yeah, let's see her.
You want to see her? I showed you her, didn't I?
No, you didn't. Live reaction. You guys won't be able to see it, but you can see my reaction. You can base it off that.
All right. You didn't? Did this to you?
No.
Oh. I'll wait. Instagram. Why don't you press no buttons?
I'm about to DM her.
I mean,
send nudes.
Yeah, son.
She work at Dismo?
Yep.
Damn.
You'll meet her. I'll post the pics on
when am I
Tuesday.
gonna meet her? Oh yeah. Oh, you showed me her. Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. Or
damn.
Yeah, no, maybe tomorrow.
Fucking. Oh hell yeah! Lemon pound cake in this. She's caked the. Damn. You better seal a deal.
See why your boy needed tomorrow off?
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll be doing Pilates all day.
That is very reasonable.
Do yoga in the morning. I'm not gonna eat anything.
All my girls do yoga. I'm about to like one of her old ass pictures.
Don't.
When she's in high school.
Okay. Close that. Close. There you go.
Just comment my favorite one.
Yeah.
My favorite one.
Favorite.
Did you see that? There's a reel like that where they're just like scrolling all the way back. It's like her as a kid.
Yeah. DNC ENT. We're gonna get into that tomorrow. I saw that. That shit's ridiculous.
What?
Don't worry.
Oh, Lions rank. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, hold on. NFL on ESPN has the Lions ranked 28th worst offseason.
Yeah. Like not. Like their offseason was the 28th ranked in that.
So 28th best.
No. Or yeah. Yes.
Yeah. But also the verbiage on the graphic they posted was 28th worst.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. Is it good or bad?
It was bad. It was bad.
Oh.
It's supposed to be bad.
Because I see the teams. Can we just?
Yeah, you want to throw it up there?
Yeah, I'll throw it up there.
Sorry.
Because I know Lucas is hot, so we're going to talk about this.
Come in hot. Oh, Lucas Philly?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So the teams that they're with are not teams that had good off seasons.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Who wrote this?
Bill Barnwell.
Barnwell.
You guys should try to get him on the show because like this needs some explaining. Because like
Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
Bro, they literally got the interception leader from last year. The tie interception and pass breakup leader in Cam Sutton.
Yeah.
And then the draft, like say what you want, those are pieces that are going to contribute. You can say maybe I don't think they should have been taken there, but they're all first round grades, and they're going to contribute to the team right away. That was a hit piece for sure.
Yeah. It's the same shit. Like everybody's high on the Lions, so people got to push it out there and be like, "I'm different."
David Montgomery. Yeah, could you put up one more time, actually, real quick? Because here's the difference in this situation here.
Bears
Montgomery and CJ. I'll leave it at that for the sake of just not being biased. Those were splash signings for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Montgomery was arguably the number one back in free agency. Obviously, because Josh Jacobs didn't make it, and then obviously CJ was the number one safety in free agency. All right, big splash signings. What the fuck the Bucs do? Nothing.
Lost Tom Brady.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Nothing on that level. How could they possibly be ranked over the Detroit Lions? No, put it back up because other teams. What the fuck did the Giants do? Like how are the Lions within that cluster when they signed two of the best at their position in the market?
I don't know, but maybe you should come in tomorrow if you want to talk about it. Stop stealing our topics. But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all tapping in to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on the audio platforms, leave us a 5-star review. For the man to my left, the one and only Speak Easy, Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the birthday man. On the ones and twos, I'm Spencer Exter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.